Oh, hello. Wasn't expecting you so soon. Well, welcome to Cooking with Andy. Proud sponsor today, Donald Duck Orange Juice. Today we have a special treat for you today. It's someone from all the way in Michigan. Please welcome Mr. Brian Smith. How you doing?
Good seeing you, Andy. Good seeing you again. Glad I could be back here.
Well, you know the rules on my show. You're gonna wear an apron if you're gonna cook.
Always the checker.
Well, as we're waiting for Brian to put his apron on, Brian's gonna tell us what we're gonna make today.
Well, today we're making ourselves. Everyone knows Kraft macaroni and cheese as being the cheesiest.
Do you want me to get the meat out?
Lori, can you grab it? What we're making is the Lori surprise. Red ground beef and the cheesiest of them all. I'll combine it in one delicious treat. How do you want to start this?
That sounds delicious, Brian.
Why don't we get the pots and pans ready?
Please make yourself at home.
Waiting for you to say that. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. First, we need some simple ingredients, Andy, and you probably know your way around the kitchen better than I do. So why don't you go ahead and grab me some butter, some milk. Actually, wait on the milk. Wait on the milk. Grab me some butter. I will. Let me just double check what we got going here.
Would you like butter in sticks? Or from the
Yeah.
cup?
Let me see this stick butter. I can't believe it's not butter. What is this? 1/4 cup, 4 teaspoons, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I need about that also here. Yeah, this right here will be perfect. This here is half cup of butter.
What this is I can't believe it's not butter. Another one of our sponsors.
Can we get our stove going?
Sure. First we'll show my viewers my stove, which they haven't seen. As you can see, it's perfectly spotless. Always make sure that a stove is clean and nothing, dirt or anything is on it. Next thing you want to do is make sure the fan comes up. So, I have a high-tech fan. I just had this recently installed. Shit, I'm sorry about the mess. You should have some settings. Make sure you have some settings to have your fan up. Which stove are you going to use two?
I'm going to use that. I think I like these two ones.
Mine is the gas stove. I prefer gas more than electric. Shit, that's going to explode there.
You're doing it wrong. Oh my god, this one's bad.
Just kidding.
Jesus Christ.
I'll do it. Don't. Alright.
I'll stand back.
Okay, well, we're going to use the two top burners.
Alright, that's fine.
Obviously, I have a problem with my stove.
Woo! Smell that. Natural gas stove. Alright, stop.
Okay.
Oh.
You can smell it now.
Fill this up with 6 cups of water while I show everybody at home what's
Everybody
going on.
knows how to fill up 6 cups of water. Make sure you always have one of your cup measurement things like I have right here.
First, let me grab this.
As I have this cup measurement measure thing right here. And this, I'm going to fill it up with 6 cups.
Alright, now, who cares about the water? You take your half cup of butter and make it 4 cups. That's going to be for the meat. So in the meantime, we'll just let that kind of melt right on there. I'm going to save this butter for later. Grab myself a spatula here.
I've already got 3 cups in already.
We'll keep it up, Andy. We want to get this pan nice and
buttery.
So while that's melting, we'll go ahead and open up our old beef chuck. I did wash my hands before this.
Well, Bobs, the water's ready.
Okay. Throw that on the old burner, and we're gonna bring that to a boil.
Remember, folks, always make sure the handles are on the outside.
Andy, while you're at it, get a cover for that so we don't splatter ourselves.
Melting butter is a dangerous thing, guys. You'd get hurt. Always remember, keep it clean. If you keep it clean, the less you'll have to clean up in the end.
You can smell the butter cooking? Okay, this is going to be good stuff. No, I needed a top for this, Andy.
Of course, folks, macaroni and cheese, Kraft macaroni and cheese is not our sponsor. We are using it because of Brian, but our sponsor is Smith's macaroni and cheese.
Time to
Thank
think
you,
of it,
Smith.
folks.
Thank you, Smith.
I think this might be a little too much butter. You might want to use that much next time. Maybe cut it down to an eighth of a cup, and not a bowl. So in the meantime, get a top of that, Andy, please.
We might want to add some seasonings to the butter.
No, what are you doing? Don't add anything. Sorry. This is beef chuck.
Fire!
Get the top. There. This is beef chuck, ground chuck, 20% fat. Is that a sorry. We're going to cover that up so we don't get splattered. What's this stuff? What's this at? This doesn't need to get high.
Turn on the fan.
Yeah, good idea. It's not quite to a boil yet. Ooh, why don't you grab a platter or a bowl? All right, actually, you know what I'm going to do with this butter? Because I used too much of it. I'm going to have to dump some of it down the old drain. Ooh.
Mike, think!
Anyway, now we can dig in, take little, we're basically just frying our meat.
Hence the word glory.
Exactly. Let's spin that around a little bit while we fry. Water to boil. Now when we add the seasoning, just the garlic.
Don't forget to turn it over so you can make sure all of it is getting cooked. Not just one side.
Here, Andy, I'll take that. Why don't you go ahead and grab me a platter, if you don't mind.
Plate.
What's a platter? Oh, I can smell this. Smell it good. Let's actually let this sit for a minute, alright, Andy? That'll work.
We'll return with Cooking with Andy just after a word from my sponsor. Well, I'm really glad that I have Daffy Duck orange juice, because if it wasn't for that, I would be really thirsty. Thanks, Daffy Duck. I mean, shit. Thanks, Donald Duck, for keeping me happy and for all these years and helping me get through my shows. Well, we're back. Brian, how you doing?
Oh, well, Andy. I'll get out of the way.
What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pouring the macaroni and cheese in there. When you're opening the box, always make sure that you pull this cheese packet out. This isn't used till the very end. Remember, as always, taste it before you cook it. You don't want to have some bad crap. Just disperse it around. And pull that out a bit. And always make sure you have a spoon hand. Which I do.
Can I say something, maybe?
Right in.
The easy way out of cooking something like this would be to go get Hamburger Helper or something of the sort. No, not me.
Not me either. I prefer from scratch. Brownies, corn muffins, cookies, anything to make me happy.
Oh, look at
Ladies,
this.
gentlemen, if you do get bored or depressed, I'll tell you, cooking always lightens me up. Hey Brian, would you care to tell where this sort of food came from? And the name, origination, and all that stuff?
Well,
I know macaroni was made from the Native Americans, am I correct?
from what I understand, that is the case.
And the beef was made in old England. Oh, by the way, don't buy your cows from England.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, it's the mad cow disease. Why I said that. Mad cow disease.
You're a ham. Ham and cheese.
Ham and cheese. Ham and cheese. See how it's coming along?
I want to eat it. I want to eat it all. I want to eat it raw. We'll give this another couple. Actually, why don't we go ahead and pour this meat? Yeah, no problem, Panda. Pour this meat into our bowl. And we'll throw a little bit more on, but we don't want to do too much here because basically we don't want too much meat for our macaroni. That's what she said.
I try to stay away from the vulgar jokes in my show.
Andy, ever since we went to college together, you've been a religious god. Remember that first thing we cooked together? Those marijuana brownies?
Oh yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, you were a good cook then too.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be as good if it wasn't for you.
Thanks. I don't remember much from that night.
Remember, always taste it to see if it's ready. Your taste buds are your biggest judges. How are your judges working out?
My judges give it a 10.
A little hard.
But give it plenty of time. Remember what happened last time we made pasta?
Hey Brian, weren't you going to tell me the origination of this masterpiece?
That's right, Andy. Actually, it all started back in from the 14th century when Maury the Great produced this recipe that she would serve at all of her meals to guests and the like. And it turns out that what it actually was not something that should have been eaten, that she produced herself. But I reproduced it in the best way I could, and that is macaroni, cheese, and meat all blended into one dish.
Well, I'm going to be getting the pasta all set up, so I'm going to take my drainer and I'm going to put it in my sink right over the drain itself, and then I'm going to shut off the stove. I'll remember to shut off the stove. I'm going to pull it out, and then I'm going to pour it into my thing. If you want to come get a close-up of this, you can. And basically I'm going to be getting all that stuff in there.
Why bother doing that? You're just pouring it all back in again.
And then I'm going to pour it all back in again. I'm going to pour one more time out. And one more time back in again. Okay. Then I'm going to set it down somewhere.
Before you do that, I'm ready with this meat. No, don't pour it on it. So you can turn this off. Anyway. See, the macaroni's right there. So now we have to add our magic ingredients, which include a 1/4 cup of butter and 1/4 cup of milk. So I'll go ahead and grab the butter that I had from before that I didn't use, and I'll grab the milk. Butter. Milk. About a 1/4 cup. Say that's about a 1/4 cup. Just as good as mine.
I think that.
And the cheese. Come take a look here. We're simply gonna stir everything around. Okay, now the macaroni and cheese is ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and just dump it in with the beef. Oh, that looks good, huh?
Brian, I'm glad he and I have the same cooking skills. Now I know what I look like when I do that.
Good. It's kind of like a pie, where the meat's a hidden surprise for those people who think it's just macaroni and cheese.
Well, would you mind if I took a bite?
Let's all sit down and have some.
Well, Brian, I had to hand it to you. You know what? Not seeing you after all these 2 years, I really thought you lost it, but because I never saw your show, because I remember it was canceled. But you know what?
What?
I just hope this is going to taste as good as our friendship.
Let's dig in. I'm just kidding, it's really good.
Well, that's it for the show today. I was glad to see my friend Brian and taste his delicious entrees that he seemed to cook up for me. Brian, You're always welcome here. Drink Donald Duck orange juice, Mountain Dew, and eat Nestle chocolate chips and Smith's macaroni and cheese. Have a good one.